So Lorelai walks in and says, the first thing she says,
To see how you were.
I wanted to see how you were because I tell you something in excitement and I'm afraid you're going to crush it.
Oh
So,
yeah, that's later. Yeah. Well, she insults the hell out of her mother. She said, "Why can't you keep a maid?"
oh, that's
These
right.
people
That's right.
come from countries that
Right.
have
War-torn countries
dictatorships.
with dictators and they spend 1 week here and can't.
5
And
minutes with you, and they're begging for Castro.
yeah, begging for Castro. Ouch. Right. She comes in guns blazing with that. And her mother is like, what are you? She goes, you're obviously hysterical, or are you drunk first? And then you're obviously hysterical.
Which
And she
fair
was,
fair on both.
yeah. And she was a
Hmm.
little hysterical, but it sounds dismissive when someone says that to a person, like, oh, you're just being hysterical. But then she's like, here's why I didn't tell you. I didn't tell you first because you always crap on the good things that happen to me. And I wanted it to be good. And then I ended up being right. And then Emily finally explodes and says, how do you think I felt not hearing it from you for over a week? And I had to hear it from a stranger. And that hurt me too. And that suddenly that shuts Lorelai up. She gets really quiet. She doesn't shout back after that. It was kind of weird, I guess, because Emily doesn't yell at her a lot. And like Emily finally broke, she's more cold. And at least anger is an emotion.
Huh. Oh, see, I knew that you would have a perspective that I never really thought of. To me, it made complete sense that Lorelai shut up after Emily said, "How do you think it feels?" Because it took her out of the rage and into empathy for her mom.
Right.
Because that's right. Because as Lorelai, I always recognize that there's a reason why you're upset with me. I always understand that we clash. The fact that I'm clashing back like this, knowing that if I wasn't being hysterical and if I wasn't a little tipsy, I would find a different way to express this because
Right.
anger met with anger doesn't do anything but create worse situations.
Right.
So she
So,
escalated it until her mother decided to go, "You want anger? Here's anger."
yeah, right. And she's like, it hurt me too. And then
Well,
how does she?
I just think Max says the totally wrong, stupid thing after that.
He's like, my parents want to have lunch with you. Nice meeting you. And then leaves. In okay,
I know he's in a bad position.
there was no right thing for Max to say right then
True.
because oh my God, awkward oozing from the screen. But that wasn't it either. It'd be like, but what could he say? What could he
What could he say?
possibly
Well,
say?
okay. There's two things that I think in this. He is in a bad position, but he also is depicted as the English teacher who always has the right words and always proves otherwise to the viewers. That's what
Yes.
I think.
So
Lorelai thinks that he has the greatest words to say at all the great times and always convinces her with her floral arrangements of words, with his floral arrangement of words, how great he can
yes.
create a situation. What can he say? I'm really sorry that we had to meet this
Yes.
way.
And I noticed that he didn't say nothing he didn't try to stop Lorelai or say
He
it's
can't after she went in.
I
He tried
know,
to.
I know, but he is sort of in the background for this whole scene,
I would stay in the background too.
watching it play out, and then
You have no place in this argument.
right.
You would only
But
be escalating it. It's like if somebody gets pulled over and is dealing with the cops, you yelling at the cops while they're doing that,
it's not going to help.
not
Yeah,
going to help.
it's true.
Yeah.
You should put a balloon hat on one of them. That always helps in cop situations. But yeah, so then he awkwardly says like my parents want to have lunch with you, which is like an ask.
Yeah.
It's like an errand, like a favor, I don't know. Instead of saying like he could have said I'm so sorry we had to meet for the first time this way. I am excited to meet you and excited to marry your daughter and
Eh,
you know,
that's enough. They're
yeah.
not listening, so I'm sorry we had to meet this way. I hope we get another chance.
Mhm.
Bye. Bye.
Mhm.
No one's really listening to you right now.
Right.
So,
Say as little as possible and get out of there.
yeah.
Um
Whatever.
yeah,
It's emotional.
that was a really weird scene, but I'm glad it happened. It felt like things that needed to be said were said. And I
Yeah.
like that Emily showed emotion.
Yeah.
That she's not so icy. She's got fiery rage in her belly.
Yeah, I guess that's what they say is anger is better than indifference.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Indifference is the worst thing you can.
Indifference is so much more painful than anger.
Yeah.
Because anger means you care.